Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for watching our live briefing for Wednesday, May 20th. I have to admit, this feels like it's about our 1,000th live briefing. I know it hasn't been. It's been our 50-something, I think. I want to thank everybody for continuing to tune in. We appreciate that you're interested, and I certainly appreciate everyone's suggestions and questions and critique along the way. We've learned a lot about communication, and in a weird way, this has become kind of normal, but we can't wait for it to end at the same time. Today, I have a brief update for you. Then you'll hear from Gail Haglin, our Vice President of Development, then Scott Jonte from Dining, and then Patty Pickering we'll have our wellness segment, and finally, Vanessa Perry has some scripture and a prayer for you to close us out. A quick look at the COVID data. We've had 210,965,000 individuals tested in Virginia. We have 32,908 cases. That's an increase of 763 positives from yesterday. The positivity rate is 14.5% statewide, which is about where it's been over the last couple days. Nearly 4,000 people have been hospitalized in Virginia to date. Currently, there are 1,536 people in the hospital, and we've had 1,074 deaths associated with COVID-19. That's 33 since yesterday. Today, moving on, today would be day 14 from when our staff member in Pavilion Assisted Living tested positive. You'll recall a couple weeks ago we shared with you that we'd had a staff member test positive. And then you might recall also the next day we tested all 19 residents and 38 staff members who had potentially been exposed. Back a couple of weeks ago I shared with you that everyone we tested, all 50, whatever that is, 57, tested negative 2 weeks ago. And then at day 14, which is today, we plan to retest all of them. So that's happening today. And we will have the results. Currently, test results are taking about 4 days to come back. So we should have the results back early next week to tell you, to confirm that everybody who we tested a couple weeks ago is in fact negative and didn't develop the infection. Additionally, today, I need to share with you that we've had a member of our housekeeping team who we've tested today. We tested this person because of a positive result of a family member in their household. So we've tested the employee, and that employee will be home in quarantine until we get a result. And like I said, that'll be early next week. 4 days is about what we expect for that result to come back. We believe that the risks are very low to everyone because the staff member has not been cleaning in resident spaces and has been very diligent about wearing a mask. And so we're not too worried about it, but we will await that result and then share more information when I have it. Other information, tomorrow, Thursday, our management team will be hosting a Zoom conference call meeting with our strategic planning committee. This will be the first time that that committee's met since the COVID-19 situation started. We'll be discussing with our board and resident leadership what the implications of coronavirus has had on our organization at Westminster Canterbury and what the impact is to our business. So it should be a good discussion and an opportunity for our board leadership and resident leadership to engage in that conversation with us. Also tomorrow, I want to remind you that during our briefing, the focus will be on sharing our next steps as an organization. At the risk of getting ahead of myself, I want to tell you right now that Westminster Canterbury Richmond is going to take a very slow and deliberate approach to restarting our operations. We are going to continue to apply an abundance of caution. And due to this status of everyone who lives here, of being in this vulnerable population, our actions are going to trail behind what the statewide governor's plan allows for. We all, staff and residents, need to expect and be prepared that we could likely have another case of COVID on this campus. And we need to be ready, both as staff and residents, to shut everything back down in a hurry. And so we need to move slowly, be cautious, pay attention to the data, and make smart decisions. We've been successful so far, and we intend to continue with that. So more to come tomorrow, where you'll get the outline and the details behind our first steps of reopening, or restarting our operations, that is. So additionally, and lastly, I already said this, but we're going to be using the Henrico and Richmond data to support our decision-making. The statewide data isn't that helpful when you roll in all the rural areas in Northern Virginia and Hampton Roads. We really need to understand what is the situation with COVID in our counties. And so that's what we're going to be looking at, and we'll be making our decisions based on that. So please tune in tomorrow. We'll give you some of that information, and then later in the day tomorrow, you'll also get the details in a memo from me, so you'll get some of the written details as well. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to invite Gail Haglund up. Tune in, so be sure and tune in tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be able to talk to you today. I have a big favor to ask of everyone. As you've noticed, our communications team has started offering many new options so you can stay up to date, well-informed, entertained, fit, and growing spiritually. In addition, there are many more resources available to you on Touchtown, our fairly new app for your phone, tablet, or computer. We also have the blog, the website, and even more. So now we really need your advice. We'd like to know what you're watching or reading. We're making a communication survey available to you in 2 ways. First, you can find it on the Touchtown app. Look under the Tales section, and you'll see the survey at the top of the list. It's already live on Touchtown right now. Also, the survey will be printed in the Tales coming out tomorrow, this week and next week. So please, if you would be so kind, fill out the survey and then place it in a box or envelope at any one of the desks at the Tower, Center, Avalon, and Parsons first floor. The survey, as I said, will be open for 2 weeks. If you are already on Touchtown, if you're a Touchtown user, I'd really encourage you to fill it out that way. It's easy, and the program will calculate the responses, saving us some time. I really would love to hear from each and every one of our residents and any staff who routinely read Tales, the blog, Touchtown, etc. It'll help us so much. Thank you. And I also want to thank you so much for your concern about our employees and for your many contributions to help them. The Foundation's Weave program has been fairly popular with some of you, and I just wanted to let you know how that's coming along. Since the pandemic start, 214 people have contributed a total of $60,040 toward Weave. So that's pretty amazing. Of the 214 donors, 127 are staff, 69 are residents. Even a few people from our wait list have given to the Weave program, as well as trustees. Also, many of you have given to our fellowship program, helping us keep up with our promise that no resident will ever be asked to leave for financial reasons that are no fault of their own. So thank you. This is such a generous community in so many ways, and it's such a privilege to be here. Thanks. Next up is Scott Jonte.
Good afternoon, residents. Today I'm pleased to announce that we have revamped the Promenade menu to include some additional offerings. First of all, one of our new offerings is an entree-style salad. This will be available at lunch or dinner. This entree-style salad will include soup and dessert, but won't include any other side items like rice or vegetables that you would find in a traditional hot meal. This salad will retail at lunch and dinner for $8. Additionally, to the dinner menu, we have included a baked potato or a baked sweet potato nightly. This will alternate on a daily basis to give you, the residents, a bit more variety on your dinner menu. Additionally, you will notice on the menu that we have advertised that we offer baked chicken and mashed potatoes every day. Many residents weren't aware of that offering, so now you'll be able to choose that if you don't like any of the other selections as well. In addition to that, we've had a number of residents who prefer a bottled Coke or beverage with their dinner. These are available for you. There will be a $1.50 upcharge for that, as they are not included in the standard meal pricing. I would encourage you to take a moment to review the back page of the Promenade menu. We have moved some things around, put some more details on the back page, and it's very important that you take time to read that so you come up to speed with some of the changes and things that are available for you. Lastly, for the wine connoisseurs out there, we have taken the wine selection menu and we have moved it over to the pantry menu, which makes more sense as to where it belongs. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me directly at extension 6356. Up next will be Patty from Wellness.
Hello, residents. This is Patty, and Melissa's joining me here today for our little wellness moment. So I'm going to just put my face mask here so that it's not in the way. So today I'm going to be showing you a very simple flexibility movement to help alleviate general stiffness and discomfort through the hips and the low back. This exercise will help restore range of motion by stimulating the lumbar fascia. You know what fascia is? Fascia is connective tissue, and it plays a very important role in the support and the function of our bodies. It surrounds and attaches to all structures. So the lumbar fascia, however, attaches at the spine, wraps all the way around, and comes together in the front. So it's very large, and sometimes it gets very stiff. So have you ever felt stiff after sitting for a long period of time? Well, think about how you're feeling now. You might turn your head to the right or to the left. Notice any restrictions. Try comfortably bending forward so you can do it seated in a chair, and notice how it feels. Just pay attention. So you can do it standing, just bending forward, and coming back up, and just notice if you have any stiffness or restrictions. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate the exercise for you. I brought along a rubber band so that I could help your understanding. I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then we're going to go through the exercise. So the foot that is going forward is going to be the same hand on the hip. The other arm is going to go up, and it's going to go forward and over. You can see the band as it stretches along that fascial line. So if you're seated, Melissa came forward in her chair, then she turned her knees to the left so that she could easily let her right foot slide behind. If this is uncomfortable, please don't do it. If any of it is uncomfortable, restrict how much you do or modify your movement. All right, so we're going to start with the left knee forward and the right foot back, a split stance. Let's put the left hand on the hip and bring the right hand up. So inhale and exhale, reach over and forward and come down. We're going to do it 4 more times. Forward and over and down. Forward and over, and down. Just exhale when you go forward and over. And last one, and down. Change your position. So if the right foot's forward, the right hand is on the hip. Left hand comes up. Here we go. Exhale, forward and over, and back. Ready? Push, and back. 3, and back. 4, and back. Hopefully you can feel it stretching along that back. 5, and back. Good. Come back to your comfortable position. Let's check in with our range of motion. So turn your head to the right, and then turn your head to the left. And just notice if you move a little easier, and if you have a better range of motion. So how about our forward bend? So just soften, flex forward, and roll on up. So I definitely got more range of motion out of my forward bend. I hope when you try it, you find it enjoyable. It's a really great way to take care of some stiffness through the hips and the back and bring you some relief. Have a great day, everybody. Vanessa Perry is up next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Worship service will be aired live on TV 970 tomorrow morning, starting at 10:30 a.m. The Reverend Dr. Lynn McClintock will be preaching. Bulletins for the service can be found in the daily prayer booklet. Booklets were given out, but if you did not receive a copy and would like one, please call David Curtis at extension 5179, or you can call me at 1502. The number again for David is 5179, and my number is 1502. Also, a limited number of bulletins will be available behind the center desk and at the Tower Business area. Please join us tomorrow afternoon for the video update for a Thoughtful Thursday reflection led by one of our resident clergy. A reading from Psalm 143, verse 5. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. A prayer for humanity performed daily by the Dalai Lama. May I be a guard for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path, a boat, a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood. May I be a lamp in the darkness, a resting place for the weary, a healing medicine for all who are sick, a vase of plenty, a tree of miracles. And for the boundless multitude of living beings, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and sky, until all beings are freed from sorrow and all are awakened.